Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of The Digital Investor. We got some good stuff to go over today. I'm excited to be bringing you guys this video. I hope you guys are excited to be here. So we're going to be going over Bitcoin 896-day accumulation will now spark 100K bull run, analyst says. This one comes from Cointelegraph. I have another one here from Cointelegraph saying Bitcoin price rallies to 9.6 thousand as record CME Bitcoin contracts expiry looms. So that's very interesting that all these contracts are about to expire while we're sitting at 9,600 and while we seem to be rallying. Then Ethereum just breached a crucial level, and that means Bitcoin may rip higher. Overall, I'm seeing that the market and a lot of analysts are calling for the entire market to kind of move. People think Bitcoin's going to go up. People then think Ethereum is going to go up. They think XRP, Chainlink. I think we've seen a lot of good things out of Chainlink lately. If we take a look at the price before we go ahead and jump into these articles, Bitcoin right now is sitting at 9,400. We have a 219 Ethereum, a 19 cent XRP, 236 Bcash, $44 Litecoin, EOS at 260, Tezos at 284. We have a 6 cent Cardano, a 3.99 Chainlink. I think Chainlink was over $4 this morning. Let's see if there's anything up super high for today. So Cardano seems to be up 8.6%. Rocket Pool is up 41. Not sure what that coin is. Honestly, I've never heard of it. And VeChain is up 4%. So that's basically the market prices for today. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 48. Yesterday we were at 41. Last month we were in fear at 26. Over the past few days of tracking this, guys, if you guys have been watching my past few videos, the Fear and Greed Index seems to be slowly stepping up, right? So it's slowly getting out of fear and into neutral. Now, Bitcoin trends on the 12-month, we are currently sitting at 51. We just came off of a peak, so there's not too much Googling going on, but I like to keep my eye on this and just see when there's a massive volume of search coming. It's like a good indicator. So let's take a look at the chart real quick. This is where we are. I know a lot of people are longing it right now. Personally, I'm not. And the only reason I'm not is because I've already been accumulating. I basically already have all of my bags packed. And when I see us sitting up here at, the overhead resistance of this macro pattern, it just doesn't look like the spot I want to put a long in on. Even though these patterns generally fill at about 70%, and this looks about 70% filled, my only thing is that it looks like it just got to 70% filled, and we're sitting right at the top. We're getting some wicks here. We have like 3 candles that have wicked, 2 or 3, and it just, to me, it looks like we're probably going to get rejected here, and we're going to come down, and we're going to find support here. And I would just rather start accumulating more at this $5,600 to $6,600 level than at 9,000. Okay, but it might not. It might break through here. We might thrust through, come back, touch it, confirm it as support, and then we might just go. Either way, I'm fine. I'm cool. My bags are packed. But I'm going to wait to accumulate more until it comes down. But if we just look at the macro graph, this is still a great buying opportunity. Like whether you're going to be buying the dip at 5,000, you're buying now at 9,000. If you just look at the bands that we're on, we're in, some of the lowest territory, some of the best buying opportunities you can ever have for Bitcoin. So on a macro level, on a long-term level, if you're buying right here, right now, you are fine. You are fine. I'm just trying to be as strategic as I possibly can with my buys. Also, wanted to show you guys this. This comes from at One Cryptic Poet on Twitter. Liquidity for XRP to the Australian dollar and XRP to the Mexican peso make new all-time highs, which that is really cool. We can see new all-time highs set here. And this is for XRP to Mexican peso. And now here's XRP to the Australian dollar. And we can see that we are setting all-time highs in the middle of a pandemic. So it's definitely very, very interesting. I know a lot of people don't like XRP for whatever reason, but they're one of the only coins who are actually working with the banks, and they're hitting new all-time highs for liquidity index. They're making new partnerships every day. I don't know why people just blindly hate XRP. I can see some of the hate that they get, mainly because of people, doing unrealistic prices or prices that just won't happen this bull run. People don't really like to hear things that sound too unrealistic. So I think maybe like people are just tired of hearing XRP 589 or XRP to 10,000. Not that XRP can't get there, but I don't think we're going to see a 589 XRP on this next upcoming bull run. I think if we do, it's going to be further down the road. But I might be completely wrong. And to be honest, I hope I'm completely wrong because my bag would thank me after. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like if you're enjoying it. It would help me out so much. I have 3 other videos. This is a brand new channel, and I'm just really looking forward to being able to deliver you guys really good content, and I can cater it to you since my audience is still small. We can test. I can do certain things. So if you have any requests, leave it in a comment down below, and let's jump right into the news, okay? So again, guys, from Cointelegraph, Bitcoin 896-day accumulation will now spark 100K bull run from an analyst. Now let's just start diving into this because I think this is very interesting. A giant repositioning since December 2017 is about to come to a close, claims Positive Crypto, leading to new price all-time highs. Bitcoin has spent almost 900 days correcting from its $20,000 all-time highs, but its trip to 100,000 is about to start. That is the opinion of popular social media trader and analyst Positive Crypto, who on May the 29th declared that the largest cryptocurrency's 896-day climb down would soon be over. Bitcoin price to break consolidation structure. I think that's what they're referring to here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the consolidation structure they're referring to, because this is the macro structure that we find ourselves in. Yeah, could we break through? Absolutely. But we'll have to find out and see what really happens. So, according to an accompanying chart, the time since December 2017 has been one massive accumulation phase, quote unquote, during which investors repositioned themselves and bought in. The consolidation structure, as Positive Crypto calls it, is now ripe for disintegration, to give way to a new bull run which will obliterate the $20,000 zone. He wrote in comments, the last 896 days were simply one massive reaccumulation phase before the run to 100K plus. Hashtag Bitcoin and the consolidation structure will soon be broken. Are you prepared? Despite wobbling around the halving and after, the Bitcoin price has entirely erased losses from its March crash, which Positive Crypto notes formed a higher low compared to the peak of the bear market in December of 2018. That cycle of higher lows itself positions the market for upside, the chart suggests. So you guys saw that structure lines I had, and you can see this is assuming the breakout, assuming the touch of support, and then the go. Are hodlers really preparing for 100,000? As Cointelegraph recorded, various analysts are now convinced that after this month's block subsidy halving, a bullish trend will kick in for Bitcoin within the next 1 to 2 years at most. Perhaps most daringly, Plan B's stock-to-flow model predicts a $288,000 price tag by 2024, with all-time highs easily being 2 times that, $576,000 per Bitcoin. Network indicators are also providing food for thought. 60% of the Bitcoin supply, for example, has not moved in a year or more, a trend which has stayed the same for 5 months despite wildly varied price performance. Bitcoin's position in its current so-called hodl wave, supply data says, has triggered bull runs in every previous cycle. Selling appears low on investors' list of priorities. Exchange reserves are now at their lowest since December 2018. Guys, I think what we're seeing is a market sentiment change. Now that the halving's over, I think people, some people are expecting to break right out of this resistance. Some people are thinking, like me, I think we're probably going to come back and touch support. Either way, like I said, guys, I don't really care. I'm set either way. If anything, I'm just going to add more. And I honestly, I hope I do get the opportunity to add more. But if I don't, I have no reason to FOMO. I will enter in on another golden opportunity because Bitcoin is going to have so many golden opportunities. So guys, don't FOMO, even if you haven't bought Bitcoin yet. I mean, like I said, macro, it's fine to buy Bitcoin now. We're at 9,000. If we look at this chart here, look at the macro, right? You're fine buying Bitcoin now. But if you want to buy strategically, personally, I'm waiting. So that is that. Let's move on to the next article, which kind of coincides with the article we just read. So Bitcoin price rallies to 9.6K as record CME Bitcoin contracts expiry looms. I mean, maybe this is what pushes us out of that macro structure that we're currently in. So Bitcoin's strong rally to 9,600 increases the chances of Bitcoin reclaiming 10K, but tomorrow's CME Bitcoin contract's expiry is an event to monitor. So let's start monitoring it. Bitcoin price continues to inch closer to 10K, rallying 5.6% to reach 9,600 on May 28th. After breaking out of the falling wedge pattern on a Wednesday night, the top-ranked cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap pushed through 93.50, a level traders expected to present resistance, and made a beeline for 9,500. Today's rally brings Bitcoin price back to the 96 to 98 zone, where the digital asset traded from May of the 13th to May 20th, and it also increases the likelihood of a return to 10K. Interestingly, data from Cointelegraph and Skew shows a large number of BTC future contracts, including 184 million in CME Bitcoin futures scheduled to expire this Friday. 23K Bitcoin equivalent futures and 10K Bitcoin options are set to expire this Friday on CME, approximately 50% of open interest for each product. Watch the rolls. Is today just another pump before the dump? As reported by Cointelegraph and Arcane Research, Bitcoin price tends to experience increased volatility around CME BTC futures expiry dates. In fact, Arcane Research found that after analyzing price behavior from January 2018 to August 2019, Bitcoin price dropped 75% of the time before futures expire. So that's interesting. Wouldn't it be interesting if that article is correct and we did actually have that dip, and then we came back up, and then it gives us enough time to refuel to really break out of this thing? I'm just saying, guys, it's really weird. And on one hand, people are trying to make you FOMO in and buy now. On the other hand, we have an article that says, hey, all these contracts are about to expire, but that might lead to a price drop that happens 75% of the time. The problem is most people don't read through these articles all the way through, so they just read a headline, and then they make an emotional buying decision or an emotional selling decision based on a headline. Guys, making decisions based on headlines is the worst thing that you can do, because you have to understand that when people are writing articles or they're making YouTube videos or they're making anything, the headline is always to get your attention. The headline is always to get you to click. So it's going to be, usually the headline isn't exactly what the article is, or there might be an underlying message, but they need to get you to click. So that's why if a headline is designed to get you emotional, do not make emotional decisions based off of reading a headline that is designed to do that so that you click on a piece of content, okay? If we break 10K, this adds buying power for call options, but I like to monitor contango more than funding rate in order to see how the curve of next futures contracts is priced versus spot. In my opinion, the bigger the futures premium, the more bullish big investors are. What's next for Bitcoin? Alongside institutional and larger size investors who are demonstrably bullish at the moment, the short-term sentiment among retail investors is also shifting from bearish to bullish. I would agree. I would definitely agree. The overall sentiment is flipping from bearish to bullish. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index shows that within the last 2 weeks, trader sentiment has shifted from fear to neutral. It's the same thing we've been seeing. Every day that we've been checking fear and greed here in the Digital Investor channel, it's crawling up slowly but surely. If traders manage to push the price above the pennant trendline and clear the $9,800 to $9,900 level, Bitcoin price has a good shot at rallying to 10.3, where the long-term descending trendline from the December 2017 all-time high is located. Awesome. I like it. What will happen, we don't know. But the thing is, I think what we can definitely see is people are beginning to get bullish. And I think if we do have a pullback, even if we had a pullback back down to, let's say, 5,000, 5,000 is right here, and that would still put in a higher low. And I think people would still remain very bullish despite going back down to 5,000. I think if we came down here, retail may think it's the end of the world, but smart money and institutions are going to be accumulating like crazy. And I want to accumulate with them. I want to accumulate with the smart money. I want to accumulate with the institutions. I want to accumulate at the best areas of value. Moving on, Ethereum just breached a crucial level, and that means Bitcoin may rip higher. After days of stagnating, both Bitcoin and Ethereum have registered strong gains over the past 48 hours. While it is normally Bitcoin leading the pack, this time it's Ethereum. The second largest crypto and largest altcoin is up 7% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum trades at 221 as of the time of this article is writing, a price just shy of the late April of 227. Here's that chart. Bitcoin, by comparison, is up 3.5% in the past 24 hours. The crypto is also trading 6% below its late April high. Some may see this as a sign of underlying weakness in the crypto asset market. However, a top analyst thinks it's a sign Bitcoin could soon set a fresh year-to-date high. Ethereum breaches crucial level in decisive fashion, boding well for Bitcoin. Although not an explosive rally per se, Ethereum's recent upswing has allowed it to break past a key level. Partner of Bitcoin hedge fund BTC Capital Mohit Soraut, I'm going to pretend I said that correctly, recently shared the chart below to illustrate this point. The chart shows that Ethereum breached a downtrend that formed during April's surge to 227. The level held as resistance on multiple occasions until today, when ETH cleanly broke past it in a convincing fashion. Ethereum closed above the downtrend on the Thursday candle, indicating that it is now officially invalidated. So here's that trend line. You can see right here that we were just underneath it, right? Just poking at it. And here we have thrusted through. This chart, doesn't look like there was a retest yet. So maybe we stay here. Maybe this next candle prints, we come down, retest this, and then we go. Or we could come down, retest it, break that support. It never turns into support. And we just come back down here and start trading with this line still being our resistance. We'll still have to find, to me, it looks too early, right? There's no wick down. There's no confirmation of support. So it's a little too early to be, in my opinion, to just be saying, hey, we're out of the woods. Like, hold on, let's confirm this is support. Let's make sure we're out of the woods before we make emotional buying decisions. Or you should never be making emotional buying decisions. So make sure it's confirmed support before you buy anything. The flagship cryptocurrency is still trapped underneath a similar downtrend formed from the late April peak. As Ethereum led Bitcoin higher during Feb 2020's rally, chances are Bitcoin is about to break past the level indicated in Soraut's chart too. Should this happen, Bitcoin could reach 10.1 in the coming day or two. The fundamentals support the expectations of an imminent breakout. One prominent digital asset analyst and investor recently explained that Bitcoin's post-halving price action is very similar to that seen after 2012 and 2016 halvings. This capitulation is almost identical to the 2012 and 2016 halving capitulations, all within 21 days of the halving. This is a massive bull flag. The rallies from the hash ribbon buy were almost vertical. The bullish sentiment was shared by Matt D'Souza, CEO of Blockware Mining. He recently shared 4 macroeconomic happenings and trends that will boost Bitcoin in the coming days. They are as follows. There is growing geopolitical distress, such as the ongoing conflict between the US and China over Hong Kong democracy. Central banks continue to create trillions to save the flagging global economy. Negative rates continue to trend lower. Bitcoin is slowly becoming a payment system. And that is it for that, guys. And I'd have to agree. If you can tell, it looks like we're brewing up for the absolute perfect storm, which is really weird because a year ago, it didn't look like, things were going to be too promising, right? If you were just someone looking at it, someone retail looking at it, all you're seeing is your money getting washed. You're seeing mainly bad news come out. Actually, there was a lot of good news coming out as well. There's a lot of good news. The problem is that when the good news came out, price action didn't really go up. But when bad news came out, price action definitely went down, right? And I think that's the nature of a bear market, where you could have really good news in the bear market, but that good news is not going to affect the price like it would if it was in a bull market. And if you're in a bull market and good news comes out, it definitely helps price. Whereas to almost kind of like a vice versa, or on the other side, in a bull market, good news is always pushing the price. And back in 2017, 2018, we also saw that sometimes bad news would push the price, or bad news was just always considered good news. Like, it didn't matter what came out about Bitcoin. It didn't matter if it was on the news and they completely trashed it. Just the mere fact that Bitcoin was being talked about on the news was enough to get people excited and enough to get people to want to buy. It didn't even matter what they said, right? And That's something you got to watch out for. But, you know, right now, nobody's really interested in crypto. Nobody's really, you know, your average person isn't interested at all. Now is, I think it's one of the best buying times still. I'm looking to strategically buy, but it's still one of the absolute best buying times. With that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and drop this video a like. It would help the channel so much. Basically, when you like the video, YouTube picks that up and it starts promoting it to other people. So it greatly helps me grow the channel. And if you want daily cryptocurrency videos, then go ahead and just subscribe to the channel, because I plan on keeping you guys absolutely updated. With all that said, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are crushing the day, and I'll see you all on the next video.